Monday. My fellow ladies, if there are any, and gentlemen. Squat day today. Weight is cooking up once again. We got to go all the way up to the 500s for a top set of 3. If you want to see some actual workout shit, muscle shit, come next week. Because next week we will actually be doing workouts and whatnot, because next week program-wise for the powerlifting is a deload. So I'm not going to record the deload. It's light shit, you know what I mean? Boring shit. So just hold off for another week. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this week it's all powerlifting stuff, dog. So we got the squats today, and bench. And I'm actually very excited to bench today, just because I found something else to work on. I run my training clips by my coach all the fucking time. And one thing that he pointed out to me on bench is that the way I set up, it's just not it could be better. You know what I mean? Like setting up the arch and really driving through the legs could be better. And one thing that's been prohibiting me from doing that is I always thought that the more you can pit your feet back, the more you can arch and get that leg drive. So I'd be laying here, feet back here, where it's more about just setting yourself up, and getting that arch in, ass up when you unrack it, then pit it down. So I could get a even better arch, better leg drive while having my feet right here and really maximize that leg drive, as opposed to having my feet back here. It's not really doing much for me. So I'm hoping that trying that out really helps boost the bench. Because I've said it before, squat, deadlifts, I feel like these are really climbing up. Bench was at one point, and then I feel like I got to a point with my bench where the raw strength was only gonna take me so far, and I needed to work on more little things to really start feeling good with that again. So bench has been off, but I've said that, when the end of the 9 weeks comes, I wanna have all my lifts feeling amazing, even if we feel like dog shit. You know what I'm saying? Leading up to those 9 weeks, I should say, so that we can fucking smash PRs. And I feel like I'm good right now with the deadlift and the squat, but the bench is the one little puzzle piece. I'm on my Isagi shit, you know what I mean? That one missing puzzle piece that I've been needing. You okay? Check in on your homies. But yeah, so I am excited to get to the bench, just because this could be what I've been really missing out on. But for those of you that are worried when I say better arch, I don't want you thinking that I'm gonna be doing that fucking pussy arch shit where it's basically the ultra wide sumo stance, but for bench. We're not gonna be just building a fucking bridge and getting fucking 2-inch range of motion. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think I'm flexible enough to do that shit. Actually, I've been working on that flexibility, just a part of stretching so much. So I probably could, but we're not gonna do that, dog. We're not gonna do that. And then also you gotta be careful with doing that shit, because some federations don't allow you to arch like that to a certain point anyways. So there'll really be, even if I wanted to cheat like that and get higher numbers, depending on what federation I'd be competing under, I wouldn't even be able to do that. So there's no point in training like that. So you don't have to worry. We're not doing any of that crazy arch bullshit. This is more so just to get a little bit better of an arch, and then also just feeling more comfortable with the weight, and then also just being able to maximize my leg drive even more. It's not any crazy shit, dog. shouldn't be worried about that. We're squatting right now, so we should focus on that. There's not anything crazy that I think I need to work on with my squat. It feels really good and complete as of right now. Even with the straightening the legs before initiating the squat, because I don't know if you guys knew this. I've said this before, but for those of you that forget, part of the rules before they give you the down command for your squat, initiate the lift, your legs have to be locked out. So you can't just unrack it and then have your knees, like, you gotta be straightened out before you go into your lifts. So even that, we've been like getting used to that, and that's been going good. I think like the main focus with the squat is just continuing to lift with good form, you know what I'm saying? I know that's like simpleton shit, like, yeah, no shit, you know what I mean? Like, do your lifts with good form and whatnot, but it's very easy to just kind of get tired and fatigued, and instead of just trying to grind it out with, you know, your solid form that you're gonna be using in your PRs, you break form just to get the rep up, you know what I mean? It happens all the time, and then the more that becomes a habit, once you get to even a 1 rep max, if it's heavy and you're having to grind, your form can break down and you're just making all kinds of mistakes that can hurt you, or even if they help you and you get it in competition, can get you 3 red lights. So I feel like that's the only thing we need to just focus on with the squats, just continuing to not break form and do our thing, even being fatigued, even feeling tired, because everything else I feel like has been really clicking and going well on the squats. And we feel pretty fucking good today. I mean, we're only at 2 reds, but, you know, pretty in tune with my body to the point where just off of 1 red, I can tell if a lift is gonna be bullshit or not. We'll get the belt on for this. Oh, I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, man. Oh, I feel the belt berserking in me. This shit is tough, ain't it, man? Like, come on. Come on. But yeah, this one is pretty dope. You know what I mean? It's got like a, width-wise, it's not as, you know, wide as my other one, which is like, whatever. I'm not really experienced in the world of belts, so I don't really tell the difference. All I know is that aesthetic-wise, I will say this shit definitely looks cooler than my other belt. For fucking sure, dog. Like, after getting the whole Berserk set, because I got the straps, the belt, and the sleeves, I would say it's definitely, like, it was worth the wait, dog. It was worth the wait. I'll tell you guys, man, we were at 2 reds, and I told you, this shit feels pretty good. Even though it's at 2 reds, it's hard to tell. Now we're at 4 something, and this shit feels really fucking good. I do not miss. Know your body, because your body, if you know it well enough, can tell you if you got a PR in you. It can tell you if you should go for a PR and by how much, if you should play it safe, all that shit. Also helps prevent injuries because you're not just like ignoring signs from your body, you're not in tune with it enough to the point where you can't foresee shit. You might go for some crazy weight you have no business trying. On a different day you can get it, but on that day, fuck yourself up. So get right with your body, man. You know what I mean? Like, because of that, I wasn't even fucking stressing about the weight today, even though we gotta go up to 500s for the top set of 3. I was just like, dog, this shit feels good and I know my body. It's gonna be a joke. And so it is. All right, so this is gonna be the last warm-up before we hop into the top set of 3. And then it's followed by the typical 3 sets of 7. Can't remember what I'm going up to for the 7, but doesn't matter. We'll focus on that when we get there. But yeah, we're just gonna finish this warm-up and then get on that 5-15 and then hit that up for a heavy set of 3. pretty good. It is a top set, so I'll probably take a little breather before going into it. But yeah, next up is the big 515 for a slight 3. We're gonna do this typical Monday squat style by doing this set of 3 and then just like changing out the weight afterwards and going like pretty much straight into the sets of 7 today. You know what I'm saying? But main focus, 515, 3. Goal of this and the rest of the sets is to just keep moving the squats, keep retaining the form, keep doing what we're doing that has been working for the squat, even when we're tired and fatigued and all that shit, still maintaining what we've been working on, what we've been doing. So then when it comes time to really push ourselves for week 9 of that max, when it feels heavy, we're not just like falling back into a habit that we built of just like form breaking once shit gets real. You know, we build up the good habit of having the form stay together and whatnot, even when shit does get real, and we're maintaining all that form and able to just like push it up. You know what I'm saying? That was good, smooth. Definitely happy with that. And like how I feel this week in terms of moving the weight, low expectations. If it moves smooth, I'm happy because we are 1 week away from the deload, meaning that as we get closer to that deload, we're especially fatigued. That's why you have the deload. So with the deload being right around the corner, body is getting to that point where we need that break. So as long as I can move shit smoothly, I'll be more than happy. More than happy. Considering that where our body is right now is, you know, we need a breaky break. And as we get closer to next week, there'll be even more. We need a break, we need a break, we need a break. So that moves smoothly. Very fucking happy about it. But we're gonna get the weight on, take a little bit of a breather, and then go right into the set of 7. Took a little. This is why I like wearing the wife beaters, where you can just kind of clip it right here and it looks like fashionable. And then it's also like you don't risk it falling off the chain. Get your wife beaters. Your wife will love it. Anyways, took our little breaky break, like 30 seconds. Now we're gonna get right into the back off sets. Oh, also, with that being said, we know the weight, 450. Which is good, because for whatever reason, I had in my mind that I had to do like sets of 7 with 475. So that's nice to look at. I think that's actually Thursday maybe, or Wednesday maybe for sets of 4. So maybe I just like got a little bit confused. But regardless, it was nice just thinking 475 is gonna be tough and it's 450. Good. A little bit of uncomfortability just with the wife beater, with the bar digging in the belt. But we could always just put the sweatshirt back on if we need to. It's not a big deal, but stuff like that it's good, you know, it moves well. And this is what I'm saying. I know it seems like a lot, but give me the 3 by 7 to 8 all fucking day over a 6 by whatever. Because now it's only 2 sets left. Like I rest up, do this again, and then we already have that last set motivation. So I fuck with heavy with the 7s over typical 6 sets of even 2. We grinded a good old set of 7 off camera. As always, Ryan is my witness. But we got one more. And just let me remind some people why I grind some shit off camera. Reason number 1, the powerlifting program, it's not like what I was doing before, that shitty makeshift powerlifting program where it's just a 3 by 5, so it's really not a lot, right? There's a lot of fucking sets with this shit. Even on the days where the volume is low. It's rep work, you know, like it's a lot of sets. Like even today, total, it's not just like normally before, let's say we were doing squats, 3 by 5. We're done the compound. But like now, total of compounds, I got fucking like 8 and 9 total sets, dog. So just recording all of that, it would just be boring. You guys would get fucking bored, you know what I'm saying? So I don't record every single set. Especially because like for the, you know, sets and shit, we're not increasing the weight or anything like that. It's just like the same, like 515, now we got 3 sets of this, it stays the same. It'd be too boring. Number 2, to get clips from my coach without like, not gonna lie, a little bit lazy, but saving myself some of the work with having to go in and edit the clip and send it to him. I'll just take a clip, send it to coach, you know, or he follows me on the Snapchat. I know, you know, grown man Snapchat, kind of cringe, but I do post content there. And then also I post all my training clips on there for the community that doesn't keep up with my YouTube to follow up on. So I'll just, you know, record, throw it up there so he can look at my sets and whatnot, give me the feedback. That is why. Anyways, last set, 457. I don't even feel that. I'm just happy that the 7s are done, so I'm so elated that I don't even feel it. But we're gonna catch our breath, get this shit off, warm up and set up for the bench. So we're all warmed up for the bench. 4 sets of 7, 325. So it's actually quite decent weight today. 325, 7 rep range. So perfect for me to work on what we discussed. In case you already forgot, just basically to simplify it, dumb it down for all the dummies, setting up, working on our setup. Our bench setup before we engage with the weight was not as good as it could be. Coach gave us some little tips and what we can do to make it better. That way the weight will move better, it will feel better, we'll be more comfortable, maximize the leg drive, all that shit. So it's our working, like our setup, you know what I'm saying? So before, the way I was setting up is I would get down and my feet would be all the way back here. You know, I'd be bringing them out like that just so I could get my feet flat. It was all kinds of like scruff. So now what we'll be doing is we'll just be getting the grip down first and then setting up, but not just moving back the field, like just keep them right here, flat. You know what I'm saying? And that should help. And this is the really, really solid weight. Not heavy to the point where it's gonna be harder to kind of just mess around and feel this out and get used to it. And not light enough to where like we're not really getting anything out of it because it's just too light, you know what I'm saying? Like doing rep work, technique work on just the bar isn't really gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just right. It's just right. You know, like I said, it's a good way to get used to it. But that's all things when you first get into them. It's gonna take some getting used to. We're not gonna be able to just do it and be like, oh shit, this is absolutely phenomenal. Quite the, like, the more we get used to it, the more we perfect it, the more beneficial it will be for us. You know what I'm saying? That's a good first set. So another set was grinded off camera, and it's going well. It's going well. Like that, obviously my second, third, fourth set will always feel better than my first, because I've said this many times, but I'm just kind of a slow warmer upper. So usually when it comes to rep work, that first working set for me will be a little bit heavy, a little bit smooth. Then it's like basically like a last warm up for me. But the second set moved especially well. So we're already getting like used to this shit, and it feels good. I could definitely tell, like when I tried out the Talon grip for squat, I could tell right off the bat, like this shit just isn't really for me. It's not really gonna help me. But this is one of those things that I could tell doing it where I'm like, okay, yeah, this is definitely gonna help, and I'll keep working on it. And once I get it on lock, it's gonna be very helpful for moving some big ass weight. And it also makes me feel 10 times more comfortable with my rider grip that I've been doing on bench as well. Like we're smoking this shit. And I could tell you last week with less weights on the sevens, definitely felt heavier. So we're like, chef's kiss on the bench, dog. So I feel like once we get that on lock, all the 3 compounds will be feeling really good. And it's week 3. So the 9th week is when we really explode with shit. So everything's coming together now. Plenty of time to just really lock all that shit in and smoke what we want to on that 9th week. All right, so we got the last set. We're about to fuck on this Barbella long, fair brown skin style. You know what I mean? Where we just kind of take that thick Barbella and straight. We're gonna be doing that and finish up strong. And I will say, let's not speak too soon. Let's get the shizzles on. Let's get right into this shit. Hella solid. So I was gonna say, if you can finish up strong on this, I'll say this is one of the better Mondays, despite the pretty significant increase in weight. You know what I mean? Like, to put it in perspective, with the squat this time around, we went up to 515 for 3. When we ran this program the first time, 515 for 3 was what we were doing on like week 7, like big boy intensifier. You know what I mean? And we're already doing that now on week 3. being a week away from the deload. So despite the weight increasing like that for the bench and squat, it was a really, really solid day. One of the better Mondays for sure. We did what we wanted to with squat, just maintaining what we've been doing. That works for us, having good form, all that shit, you know. Even when we got fatigued and tired from the rep work, and we did what we wanted to on bench. Worked on just having a better setup, getting used to that, and it felt good today. You know what I mean? So both compounds felt really good. I feel like not only did we move some good ass weight today, but we got some good ass technique work done today as well. So I'm really, really happy with what we were able to accomplish today.